Hey ladies! Sorry, I was planning on hopping on here sooner at, what time is it? 4:30. I was planning on hopping on at 3:30, but for any of you that saw on my Facebook page, I was on my way out the door when I realized that the only set of car keys that I have were in my husband's pocket in Monroeville at his work. So my whole day got thrown off, and I was so on track this morning. I woke up, I exercised, I showered, I made food for my Christmas party for work. Anyway, I am going to see if I do the trick where you hit your home button and come back for comments. If it doesn't work, I'll just start this over again. So I'm going to try this. Oh, that was quick. Okay, also, I'm using this new contraption that I got from Wish, and it holds your phone. So if I'm moving some because I touched something, or it just all of a sudden goes flying, I will apologize. So my name is Jess Bartko, and Jenny asked me to hop on to do a quick kind of nitty-gritty on some Facebook parties. Thankfully, I have been pretty successful with my Facebook parties. I've had quite a handful of them, and I luckily have, oh, sorry, my mother's calling me. Can't read them. Have really had some parties in the thousands of dollars. My last party that I did actually closed out at $14.12 without my hostess adding in, so it's been great. So I wanted to give you a couple pointers on some things. First of all, if you're not already a member of a group or a Facebook page, they have a group and a page. It's called the Tag Team. It's two women that do wonderful explanations about how to run the Facebook world and party. So it's not just lip sense, it's anything. And you need to join them because I did watch some of their trainings and they're amazing. So when we're getting down to the nitty gritty, with your Facebook parties, your hostesses, once you have contacted them. Now, I have made it a point to friend request each of them. If they are friends, you don't have to stay friends with them if that's not your thing. Like, I still have a closed Facebook page, my personal one, just because of my daughter most likely, and there's some odd people out there, but my group page, once you open in. So when you have your hostess, what I do is I go and I make the event myself. I kind of set everything up. I put the about, the information and things in, and then I add my hostess as a co-host. But they have to be your Facebook friend to be able to add them as a co-host. You can also do the reverse of that, and you can have your hostess create the event and then make you a co-host. But I haven't had any trouble doing it the other way. So once I create the event and I add them as a co-host, then they can go and add their friends or anybody that they want. Other things that I have also done is some of the girls that are below me on my team, I have added them into my Facebook parties as well so that they can see. So you don't just have to invite, have them invite their friends. You can invite some people too. So I normally get my Facebook group, or the event, I'm sorry, you don't want to make a group. The event works much better. I will set the event up about 5 days beforehand. And then I will post about once a day for each of those days. I try not to blow up other people's news feeds. So I'm trying to make sure I have everything. So initially, I got this from the Tag Team and it's awesome. Depending on the age group of your hostess, they may or may not do this. Depending on the likability of your hostess doing selfies, they may or may not do this either. So I've done two different ways. I had a hostess that was closer to my age, and I said, here's what you need to do. You need to, on a piece of paper, write a sign that says, you coming, and you need to take a selfie, and you need to be like this, and pointing. So you add people to your group, okay? You don't want to add more than 50 people. You don't want to do that mass ad because it's going to bring everything down for you. So if they don't want to do a selfie, have them do a Snapchat where their face has some type of mask or they look like a cat or a rabbit or something like that, and have this picture and send out, you coming. So I have them then post this picture on the event page. I then tell them, go and send that picture individually, just the picture, you don't even have to have any other words, out to everybody that you invited on Facebook. Because how many of you have gotten a Facebook message and it had verbiage and you read it without opening it? Because you know on Facebook how you open a message and then the little blurb, and it sees that, oh, someone saw it. Well, if you send a picture, nothing comes up for you to preview. Sorry, my cat is eating plastic. Get down. I have 4 cats, my furball house. So if you send a picture, people are going to be curious, and they're going to be like, man, what is this? And then they're going to open it. If they have already joined the event and have kind of scrolled through, and they've seen you with this picture, they know what you're talking about. But if they haven't actually looked around in the event that you made up for your lip sense, then they're going to say, like, what do you mean you come in? Am I coming to what? Conversation starter. So that's one way to do it. The other way that you can do is also I've pre-type up a message. You want to make it super easy for your hostess. You want to tell them, you just have to show up, you have to make some comments, and invite your friends, and I'll do the rest. So I actually pre-type up a message and send it to my hostess and say, send this out to all of the people that you personally invited. So you're adding, say, 36 people to the event, you're going to send this out to 36 people, whether it's via text message, email, or Facebook message. You basically just want to say something along the lines of, hey, I'm having a Facebook party. I added you to the event. You need to check it out. It's lip sense, it's smudge proof, it's budge proof. If you haven't heard of it, it's amazing. If you have heard of it, you already know the best part, you need to join. And for the top 20 people, or the first 20 people that RSVP to my event, you're going to go into a drawing for a free gift. And it gets people going. So on the other end of that, as the hostess, you're trying to, or not, as the person running the Facebook party, you don't have to give away something. People love free stuff. You can go to the dollar store. So I'm going to show you a couple things. Wish, the Chinese website, they have a lot of good stuff on there. All the trinket type things are easier, but you have to remember you got to take some time for that, for them to come in the mail, because it goes through customs and everything. So I've got these little bags from Wish. They're $1. You can also always get the Senegence bag, the little $3 bag zippy with a mirror. Those work well too. I got this at Target in the dollar spot. I think it was $2. So you can use any of these. Little secret though, I don't just give that free gift away to anybody. I kind of browse around on the page and see who has showed up, who's left some comments, and maybe skew the results and pick one of those people. So that is getting things kind of running. How do you get the hostess involved? You need to make sure that you're coaching them as well. You want them to be involved because the people are there for the hostess. They're not there for you. They want to see your hostess's face. So that's why I have to kind of coax them, like, put a selfie up. Hopefully your hostess has lip sense already. If they don't, you could, if you trust them, if you know them, you could send them their starter kit out already so they have the product on and they could wear it and they could take a picture of it. That would be up to your discretion. I have a friend that did a party and she was totally against selfies, didn't even care about Snapchat, whatever. She at least took pictures of the product that she had and say, hey, here's my Smoke Topaz Shimmer eyeshadow. I love it. Hey, here's my pomegranate and my silver glitter gloss. It's one of my favorites. So they're interacting as well. The more they interact, the more the people are going to want to interact because they're there for the hostess. So when I'm talking about the pre-posts, there is something in the files and a lot of different videos on the 30-minute Facebook party. I have yet to convert my party over to the 30-minute party. I am meaning to do that. It's in the works. I'm hoping to do that over Christmas break, but I haven't yet. But my party takes about an hour to do. And I still run off of Clara's mock Facebook, but I've kind of now made it my own. I've changed the pictures, but the format's somewhat similar. So what I'll do for my days leading up, I will do background information on lip sense, about the comparatives to other products. I will at one point show the 50 colors just kind of quickly and say I'll break them down. But what I also do is other products. I don't want to spend a lot of time during the party because people can get very overwhelmed with all the products. So I do post a link to the catalog early on in the party. I also talk about my top 5 favorites. So that can be different for you or for the crowd that you're kind of going off. My huge party that I just had were all nurses in the PACU that work long days. you best believe I sold the shit out of the dark circle cream. It also helped because I used it myself and I had my own before and afters. So I'm not saying that people aren't going to believe you if it's not you, but they're going to take it more credible if it's your results. So if you're trying something new, remember to take before and afters. I don't care if you want to use mine. I'll post mine in the comments, the picture after this, and you can use mine. So I talk about, one day I talked about the dark circle under eye. I sold 8 of them for that party, 8. I do the lash extend. I use Jenny's picture, the picture where she does half a face with lash extend and half with lash boost, and you can't tell the difference. I talk about the color correcting tinted moisturizer. I've talked about the lip volumizer. I definitely talk about the Shadow Sense. The Shadow Sense, as we all know, is amazing, and we don't want to overwhelm people. One party, I did do a blurb on the Shadow Sense itself. Now what I do is I make it its own post one of the preceding party days. So I actually put a little blurb up about the Shadow Sense, of all the staying power. I put an album up of all the colors, and I tell them, if you have a few free minutes, here's a link to a YouTube video. Pretty sure it's Katie Enos, where she does a full face with just shadow. And it's like 9 minutes long, but if they have the time to watch it, it's there. That way you're not taking away from the party. It's not making you invest too much extra time. But if they want to browse and not overwhelm them during the 1 hour party, all of this is out there. So when the party comes down to it, I find myself doing a quick introductory live. So once the party starts, I hop on, I do a live video. I have something on my lips. Any color, really, whatever you want to choose, something brighter. And I just talk and I say to them, okay, my name is Jess Bartko. I'm going to be your independent sentence distributor for the evening. I kind of tell them about the flow of the party. I say, okay, we're going to do a little talking. I'm going to introduce the product. I'm going to show you the colors. I'm going to show you the gloss. I'm going to jump back on for a live. I'm going to show you how to put it on, how to take it off. I'll do a little bit of talk about some of the other products. If you would like to order, here's how you order, because you could post it 10 times and people don't see it. So I say to them, okay, as far as ordering, you can message me, you can email me, you can send me a text, you can comment on this post, but make sure up front you say to them, here's how to order, and let them know to comment. Comment on things, make sure you tell your hostess to comment. Not just like something. The pictures and things are going to be boosted in people's news feeds if they're commenting. So when I'm doing my introductory post, I introduce myself. I might say how I know the hostess if I know them. And then when I go through, I say, make sure you turn your notifications on for the party. If you're on Facebook, the upper right hand, you're going to drop down and mark on. So that way, as I'm going live or I'm posting things, they're getting notified for it. Then I also tell them that, my gosh, I just had a brain fart because that's how my day is going. What else did I tell them? I think I talked about it all. The flow of the party, the go live. Oh, here's what I also do. I also make sure that before I'm going live, because there's kind of like that delay, I will put a post that says going live in 2 minutes to do an application demo. So I introduce, I hop back off. When I am off and start doing some posts, I take my color off. So I start the party with one color on, I take it off. Then when I do my first live, I do an application and a removal demo in one. And as Jen Brown told us, those of you that don't know Jen Brown, you need to watch her Facebook party thing because she is like the queen of Facebook parties. She said, always demo blue-red. Always demo blue-red. Because every woman secretly wants to wear a bright-ass red, and they're afraid of it. And even when I started wearing lip scents and put red on, I thought, okay, this stays. I know it does. But there's no way this red is not coming off on my teeth or on my glass. So I always demo blue-red, and then I take it right back off. Then I hop back off, and I do some more posting. While I'm posting, I put a third color on myself. I then get back onto Facebook, and I talk a little bit, tiny little bit, about some of the other products. So I have my stuff lined up here. I might just say, hey, you can use different glosses. And I'll put a glitter gloss on the bottom and maybe opal on top so they can see the difference in it. I also then mention the shadows. And I will have my eyes done already, but I will say, okay, you can use the shadows. Also for eyeliner, it's awesome. And I will show them how they can quickly apply the shadow as liner. So I'll have my eye makeup done, but I won't have any eyeliner on. And I use my wand. So I kind of just say, hey, you can take the brush to the wand. You can just do the wand to your eye, whatever works. But then I quickly put my liner on both eyes and they see how simple it is. I explain the shadow sense just a little bit. And then I hop back off again. Finish up the party, and at the very end, I come on and just kind of say, thank you for joining the party. If you have any questions, keep commenting, and I leave it at that. So it takes about an hour to do that part. At that point, I then start going through and responding to comments. I tell them up front, comment, and at the end of the party, oh, this is what I was probably having the brain fart about before. At the end of the party, I'll tell them, leave all your comments, and I will come back through and answer things. Now, in my party post, I used to say orders placed and paid by midnight will get free shipping. Nobody really wants to stay up till midnight, especially if it's to be up early in the next morning. So I've now changed that to 11. I used to do free gift with my parties. If you order and pay that night, kind of back and forth with that. Some of the girls here have had some issues with customers returning things because they weren't happy with their free gift. So it just kind of depends and feel it out. I always do a free hostess gift. These little Senegence bags are awesome. $3. You can also do the Dixie Pistol cases. Hold on, let me grab mine real quick. I have mine from my upline Erin. They're super cute. They're like $5. So these are a great thing. They open, whoop, upside down. They have a little mirror. You can keep 4 colors in them, keep them right in your purse, and you can keep them upright. So that works. Okay, so with your party, anybody that RSVPs, I make sure to follow up with. So my last party, she invited 24 girls. 18 girls RSVP'd, 17 ordered. That's crazy. So they RSVP, but it's Facebook. It's not like a doctor's appointment. Sometimes life happens, you get busy. So what I do is if my party is, say, tonight, at 7 o'clock. I run my parties 7, 7:30, or 8. I try not to go too much later than that. I kind of let it be up to my hostess. If my party is tonight at 7, I run my party, follow up with all my ladies that are ordering, back and forth, get things together. Then tomorrow afternoon, I touch base with my hostess and I say, hey, I have orders from this person, this person, this person, and this person. If there's people that didn't order but they RSVP'd, I let my hostess know because they're usually friends, right? I'm not. She can put a post and tag them in it. What I can do myself is personal message that person. So by that afternoon or that evening, anybody that RSVP'd to the party but didn't order, I will personal message them after I have my hostess tag them in the thing about, hey, about ordering, did you want to place an order? I will then message them and say like, hey, my last girl is Mary Beth. Mary Beth had her lip sense party last evening. I just wanted to follow up. I saw you RSVP'd. I wanted to see if you had any questions or let you know that the party's still open and come back to that. I usually only leave my parties open for a few days after. In the beginning, I left it open for 3 or 4 days. We are women. We will take all the time in the world to make a decision and then we won't do it, right? So I now close my parties in 2 days because that gives a deadline. They can't lollygag and beat around the bush. You order, you close, done. So the next morning, I'll post and just say, hey, party's still going on. Message me with any comments. The next day, I also have a graphic that I use that says like, help our hostess reach the next level of, rewards. And I'll put that the day after the party. The second day, the day that it's closing, if I close at say 5 p.m., whatever time you choose, I'll put the graphic up that it's like a picture of a little girl that's bawling and crying and it was like the lip sense you didn't buy. So I still make sure to post something because it's coming up in their news feed then if they RSVP'd to it. So let's see. it really is just going on being interactive. You don't know who loves makeup. You don't know who doesn't. So your hostess, just tell them, pick no more than 50 people. Pick people that like makeup, but who's to say you're going to not pick out somebody and they could buy a lot of stuff? You don't know. So I'm trying to think. Let's see. I went through here about doing an event, make sure we join in the tag team, doing the you come in, sending out the personalized message. I can put a couple of these things in the comments as well if need be. Let's see. I told you about our party closing, RSVPs. I think that's about it. I think I covered it. I know I'm on at like a random time where people are driving home from work or getting off of work. So I'm not going to take up any more of your time, but I hope this was informative. And, oh, I do know what I wanted to mention. Totally slipped my mind, except for now. After the party closes, follow-up is key. I have a calendar. I'll show you. They're really cool. Oh, don't go anywhere. I'm finding it. I'm like my massive stuff. I got this at the dollar spot at Target, and I love it. It has Sunday through Saturday on it, and I put the person's name when I shipped out their order. Okay? That way I get a rough idea of when it was sent to them. I follow up in about a week. Some people do follow up Friday, but this is how you get customers to return to you. So in about a week from when I sent the product out, I say to them, hey, just checking in. Wanted to make sure you got your product. How do you like the color? Do you have any questions or concerns? That way I can bounce back with them. Usually the answer is, oh my gosh, I love it so much, blah, blah, blah. Then I say, oh, that's awesome. Well, is there anything else I can get you? You really need to try our Shadow Sense if you haven't. It's just as amazing. It doesn't crease, it's smudge proof, it's budge proof. Slide in the next product. Or you say, hey, anything else you need? You need some new blush? Do you need a face wash? Need a foundation? Slide it in. The other thing I also do is I always say to my hostesses, hey, I just wanted to let you know, if you didn't, I do a referral program. If you refer a friend who makes a purchase and mentions your name, I'll give you $5 off your next order. So not only are you following up, you're possibly selling new product, getting them linked in because they say skincare is where it's at, right? Not everybody wears lipstick, but most people wash their face, wear some type of foundation, link them in that way. But you're following up, you're adding to your clientele by telling them, refer a friend. And then I always, at the end of my Facebook parties, I'm glad that I continue to talk. I could talk forever, just like Jenny though. But I teach for a living and I like to talk. At the end of my Facebook party, I then say, thank you for coming. Yes, I talk about joining my team. I put a link to my Facebook page, my Ludicus page, and I say, join my Facebook page. That way, I can tag you when your order ships. So I'm adding to my page, and that way it kind of links them in to say, hey, if you join my page, I can get in touch with you more easily. So there's a lot of good ways to pull this back in.
I need to get on this chair.
No, you don't. Like saying hi. Get it down real quick. Oh, so my husband just got home. So follow-up is key. Keeping the clients on board, reeling in, adding to your business, and adding to the company and saying, we're more than just lipstick. We all know that, but other people need to find it out. So that's it for me. I will answer any questions in the comments. I will make sure to add some pictures. And remember, tag team. I'll add some people to that too. I think that's it. So have a lovely Tuesday. Stay warm. It is it Tuesday? Yeah, it's Tuesday. I'm losing it. Lots of snow, blustery cold. That's it. And for the record, Luda out.